Boom, what up, you guys? Hey, I was hanging with one of my good buddies yesterday, and he said, what did he say? Professionals, no, I'll say it the other way. And he said, amateurs spend money on hardware, professionals spend money on software. Amateurs spend money on hardware, professionals spend money on software. Amateurs spend money on hardware, professionals spend money on software. So I was like, boom, that's fire. That's money. You know what I mean? It's just, it's got so many different parallels, you know. The weaponry of our warfare is only as good as the hand holding it. And they say one mind, any weapon, you know what I mean? But I just see a lot of guys in the industry, you know, and I've done this, I used to do it, myself included, go and get nice gear, and you're always upgrading your gear, and like you got your gear. But I mean, one, there's something to be said for, I can tell how the quality of your software based on the type of gear you have, the configuration of your gear. You know, I can tell how experienced you are with your gear. There's a lot I can tell, you know, when I start thin slicing you and really reading you, and start really reading what you're doing with that hardware. You know, and you got to remember too, you can tell a lot about a person just in one glance when you realize the truth that when I look at you, I see your standards. When I look at your physical fitness, I see your standards. When I look at your cleanliness, I see your standards. You know what I'm saying? People don't get what they want in life, they get what they have to have. And so, you know, when I look at the way you set your stuff up, how much you're spending on your gear, that maybe I understand how seriously you're taking your stuff, you know, how much wear is on it, you know what I mean? But the principle was that rookies spend money on hardware, pros spend money on software, you know. And there's a lot to be said for the fact that I think in the private protection industry and in executive protection most specifically, I think that we're training for the wrong fight. I think we're training for, you know, these physical engagements that are ultra important. We're training these hard skills, so to speak, that are ultra important if ever you need them, you know. But really what is going to keep you in the game and what's going to keep you getting paid and what's going to make you an effective executive protection, lasting executive protection agent isn't, you know, your sub-second draw, man. You know, it's not going to be your weapon manipulation and your pew life prowess. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna be that. Like, you could be the most high-speed master ninja wizard Jedi, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, if you don't mesh with the client, you know, if you don't know how to act at the table, if you don't know the concierge aspect, the soft skills, you know, that you need to survive being in close proximity with a high income earner or high net worth individual, a VIP who, hey, gets what they want, when they want, how they want. If you don't know how to do that, then your career will be short-lived, because you'll be able to get on the detail based on your, you know, your master wizard ninja resume. If your hiring manager or detail leader doesn't really know what to look for, and a lot of times they don't, or if the client is actually the one deciding who makes it on the detail, because that happens too, and he's like, whoa, this guy's like super ultra G.I. Joe Mega Man, yeah, I'm saying, so they want to get you on the detail, but you won't survive very long if you don't understand, you know, the social dynamics that drive our service industry. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's even good to take etiquette classes. You know, it's even good to take classes that'll teach you, you know, when you eat, do you work your way from the outside in or inside out? You know, when it comes to your silverware on the table, you know what I mean? When you eat, how do you leave your silverware in order to tell the chef, hey, compliments to the chef? The chef may never see it, but your client sitting at the table absolutely may, you know what I mean? How do you put together a good brief, a good advance? You know, how do you, you know, do these different things? You know, your client wants you to get doors, but you're too good to get doors because you're so supernatural, tactical, and galactical. You're probably not going to last that long. You know, the considerations I think that help guys really last in this industry have way less to do with the hard skills and much more to do with pleasing your client and maintaining and gaining good rapport with your team. You know what I mean? A rising tide lifts all ships. You know what I mean? People forget about this second one. You know, and I think it's what gets guys axed in the long run. You know, new guy comes on the detail, he's the flavor of the month, he thinks he's just hot, thinks his stuff doesn't stink, you know what I mean? Client's really close with him. But then, you know, those dynamics start shifting around, and now the client's asking the guys about, you know, that individual. But there's a lot to be said about all these things, and I think I'm going to put it all into a book here pretty soon. You know, so that's coming. But nonetheless, you know, I want to say to you guys out there who are watching these videos, who are, you know, buying new guns and buying new holsters and getting all your stuff clickety clack, 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 the way it should be, you know, I want to say something. If you really want to survive in the executive protection industry and render a work product that's going to help you stay in the game, and is going to help you get called back, and is going to help you be respected by those who have been there and done that, and put you in a position where a business owner is going to be willing to put you in proximity with his client, because you're going to properly represent his brand and build equity into his brand's integrity that he's trying to maintain with the client. If you want to put yourself in that position, pay attention, study your soft skills. You know, get up on your medical training. You know, driving. We're in cars all the time. We're in cars all the time, you know. Different things like that, man. Even make sure you can run a computer. Make sure you have full mastery over Microsoft Office and Windows, Word, Excel, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Take a look at your wardrobe. Do not walk around and be 10-22'd out unless your client wants you to. You know what I mean? You know, take a manners class so you know how to address people, and you know how to maneuver in more high-end environments. If you're from the streets, or if you're from the hood, if you're from, you know, the country and you've never been in those environments, you know what I mean? Pay extremely close attention to your surroundings, learn from your surroundings, and become somewhat like that chameleon, or like many of the different intelligent organisms on this planet that learn how to use their surroundings to survive. Because that's what you're going to have to do. Because the second you get into, and I'll end it with this, the second you get onto an executive protection detail, you're going to be, you're going to land in a whole, you're going to land in an ecosystem of social dynamics. And you need to be able to navigate that environment effectively. So that takes a lot more than learn how to shoot. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you. It's Byron Rogers with BRG, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm out.